Hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Good. Well, I'm happy, I got the Zoom going, but I can't make it go to the TV. Go there. Technology, but yeah, no fun. All right, come on. Hi, hello. Hi, how are you? I'm good, how are you? Well, I'm doing, I'm very good. Let's see, Jim. You patient? No, I'm Susan. Patient is not here today. Okay. I don't know if she's on vacation or out of town, but she's not here tonight. Which is not good for me. Oh. Hmm. Pretty good. Okay. Bob, how are you? Good, how are you? Okay. Busy as always. Good. Does everybody love the snow in town? I thought they can't live anymore. You don't see that. It's been, I can imagine, it's been, yesterday was really bad. I could tell it just like, and not to mention being a little warm, but yeah, it's brutal.
Sky and white in Denver is absolutely white.
You can't see the mountains at all.
Never.
Very interesting. I was looking at the map for all the fires and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff up north. It's amazing how just the wind blowing.
Yeah.
Shift down in this direction.
I don't remember Canada having so many fires years past.
Wow, it's crazy. I mean, no, we just had the one in Dumont, what, last Friday?
Yeah.
That was an incredible blessing that it could rain like it did, because it wasn't gonna be guaranteed that stuff was gonna blow in.
Right.
You know, it was kind of spotty, but we knew we'd get a little bit, and it dumped.
Right.
Hey. This are you.
Good.
What you book? Yeah.
Can you post the races?
Yes.
Ooh, that's good. So maybe nobody's gonna be on Zoom. Cause I can't make it go up to the TV. I got it, it's working, but.
You
Yes,
just have to
big
watch
little
TV
thing.
still.
Yeah, and you're on the agenda, so. Hi, good.
Hey, Sean, how are you? Good, how are you? Good. Tell me some, Mike. Oh, how are you? How are you? Good, good. See John with nice, beautiful weather. Too hot. It's definitely a little warm, and a little squinty. What is that? Is Cindy around? Anybody got any news?
Cindy's gone.
Joan, I talked to her Saturday, she's not ready to. We'll have to put up the heating. Rough ride. Buffalo. Down. 608 First Street. I forgot you, yeah, I didn't think you were. Okay, Dwayne. Yeah, we're listening. Hey, good to meet you. Nice to meet you. What's that?
Can't figure out how to get the Zoom to the TV.
Why not?
Nobody's answering my text messages, but everybody who's on the agenda is here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this thing is working.
It's fair.
It's just weekends.
We'll figure out. You're okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's do roll call, get this thing rolling.
All right, okay. Joan Eaton, Sean Platt, here, Sydney Neely, Betsy Blakesley, Keith Prossett,
Here.
Mark Reynolds,
Here.
Bo Hamilton,
Here.
Rick Ganzer.
Agenda approval, anybody got any additions to the agenda? How about a motion to approve as presented?
I move that we approve the agenda as presented.
I'll second. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, there we go. Audience business, members of the audience will have 5 minutes, we can 2% and another concern to the commission. No official action can be taken at this time. Anybody here for audience business? Okay, there we go. All right. So we start out with Peterson's at 1207 13th Street. Jeanette, come on up. You have a chair around? We'll let you sit behind. That way we can hear you too on the microphone. For the record, you want to state your name and address?
My name is Jeanette Peterson. I live at 1207 13th Street in Georgetown.
Okay, tell us about your project.
We would like to put in a heated driveway.
Okay.
Driveways on the north of the house. We have no driveway currently. It was gravel. We've researched the green way to do it, which is not pouring concrete, because then it kind of melts off and makes a puddle at the bottom, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. So we've gone with some permeable pavers that supposedly are the moisture when it's melted goes through
Okay.
into the ground rather than running off. And since we put solar on and our solar is doing so fantastic, we'd like to do electric rather than
All
thermal.
right, anybody have any questions?
Where does this put you in percentage of lot coverage? Cause I don't see a site plan on here. Cause I think it's, is that 35% max in that area?
Is that heritage, sir?
It's impermeable, even though it's semi-permeable, but it's driveway.
I don't know. And I gave Keisha a site plan. There you go.
Doesn't have a percentage.
No,
Would the percentage count?
I think it says driveways. Let me see.
Does it?
I don't think so.
I didn't-
I don't think it's not
You don't think driveways
driveway,
count?
driveway would always be,
It's only if it has a roof over it.
Is that what it is?
yeah.
Okay,
Like a car, okay?
and that makes it easy.
Right.
So
Seems like
that's
you're having
covered services is what it's called. For the 35%.
No, I don't think of the driveway counts.
Okay,
No. We've never had it.
No, I never figured it in, you know, when I did my house, I knew the driveway wasn't a factor.
okay.
Okay. Anybody find any sites?
He did.
Yeah,
No, what's that?
let's go with her.
Somebody want to read them off?
Book 3,
There you go.
chapter 10. Section 3. This one's for drainage. Page 75. Right. And then, for the driveway, she's got, section 4, chapter 11. Page 83. E and E4.
Okay.
And then I checked through them and they're not.
Okay. All right, somebody want to make a motion?
I move that we approve the application for 1207 13th Street,
Okay,
at a heated driveway with a permeable paving surface.
I'll second.
all right. Any public comment? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, yeah, just, all right, you're there.
Your time. Thank you.
Mr. Dwayne, you're up next.
Dwayne Gazinski, 1403 14th Street.
Mr. Brewer, you were here for the last meeting.
Yes, but I didn't. Yeah, yeah.
So what are we doing this time, man?
Just the metal, I want to add metal to the bottom 3 foot of the house all the way around, corrugated metal, it'd be rusted color.
Like, we had a discussion of this, didn't
Yeah, you came in for a preliminary discussion last time and, you know, and nothing's changed. That looks fine. They're also looking for a fence.
Yeah, 6 foot privacy fence would be less than 6 foot, cedar material, 1x6s, transparent, so you can still partially see through it, typical of what's in that area. And then I was hoping Cindy would be here, the 2x6 fence, she had a name for it when I did it on my house, I cannot remember what it's called. But just the basic 2x6, 2 rows, for the front yard. Which I took a picture, you guys should have a picture of that, so it's summary of that picture. I'm on the front of that also.
Okay, yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
She had a particular name she called it, I do not remember.
I'm sure it was correct.
Then it said you had a concrete patio.
Yeah, we went with the original, so we're not doing a concrete patio.
Okay.
Sorry about that. We just left the original deck. The grading didn't quite work right for it.
And then trellis instead of a gable coach roof.
So that's all
That's all canceled?
we went with the original porch and the decking and everything.
Okay.
Stuff changes in 2 weeks.
It's just Sunday.
Yeah, because if you drove by the back, you'd be like, where is the trellis patio going? There's no room.
Right,
So no, it's as the plans are now.
okay.
Okay, so we're just talking about fence and,
And the metal, correct? Occasion should have gotten you the lot lines, of course, it'd be in the lot lines and all that good stuff.
Dwayne, did you say you're matching the fence that's on the corner house?
Yes. So it'd be the 2x6 double row, there's a name for it, I cannot remember the name of it, and then privacy fence from the front of the house back.
Gotcha, yeah.
Onto the existing yard. And the front fence will be less than 3 foot.
Anybody have any sightings? You want to use? Somebody have any gauges off?
Yeah.
All right. Fuchsia's got. Book 3. Chapter 11, section 1 landscaping.
We're not doing
Yeah,
it.
the patio probably doesn't apply.
Okay,
So we go to
So
the
this is
fences.
section 2,
okay,
A1, A2, A3, and A4, page 81. B on page 81. And then for building materials, chapter 13. Again, it's book 3. Section 1, C and C1 on page 96. And E on page 96.
81.
E1. Anything else? Anybody?
We should clarify or stipulate that the patio and the trellis were removed from the application.
All right.
You'll be much happier when you do the DRC inspection. Keep it as is, make it simple,
Yeah, I think that corrugated metal definitely helped out.
they needed it.
That one, oh.
I was like, we gotta do something, it's too big.
Yeah, it looks, you can see where it's gonna go.
Yeah, it was- and that was the goal too, so in the last 2 weeks I finished up it. I was hoping you guys would see it the same way I did.
Okay, anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the application. With the exception of, what is it, patio and the. trellis roof.
Okay,
I'll second.
all right, any public comment? Not, all in favor, say aye.
Thanks, guys, appreciate it.
How are you doing? All right, Hugh Rice, come on up. This is for. Introduce yourself.
I'm Hugh Rice. My wife, who's sitting behind me, Mary Schaefer, owns the house at 212 Argentine, which we bought about 18 months ago. And we are novices at this and didn't realize we were supposed to ask everybody's permission, but we did a few things. So we started doing some things like took the front sidewalk out, and the city said we couldn't do that without talking to you guys, so we're here.
Okay.
We have 3 requests, but Keisha told us we couldn't talk about the fence because we don't have a survey. And we have to get a survey before we can put a fence along the boundary between us and our neighbor on the south side.
Well, we could definitely
We can go ahead and talk about it.
talk about in, the materials and stuff that.
Yeah.
This location would just be,
Yeah, just have to verify the location.
that is,
Somebody told me that there was something called an ILC, Improvement Location Certificate, which is not a full survey,
Right,
that is an option.
Yeah.
Is that can we do that?
I would guess so.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, we used IOCs before. Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
great.
lot cheaper. It might be, paperwork with about the house in this time, I don't see.
Yeah, we talked to our realtor and we don't think we have one, but we can certainly get one.
Right, well, let's start with the fence, what the fence is gonna be made of.
The fence is steel, so that's a photograph of
Yeah.
roughly what it's gonna look like.
That fence on all sides?
It's just in the front of the house. Across the front of the house with a gate at the front steps. And then down the side, people to the front of the house, so it doesn't go all the way down each side of the house.
This is on a corner lot.
It's a corner lot,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's basically an open wrought iron fence, essentially a wrought iron fence.
That's exactly.
Yeah, I don't see a problem. No.
No, it's pretty much in keeping with,
And your gate's gonna be made out of the same material, I presume?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, the gate will be made out of the same.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, no problems with that.
It's just a 3 foot, wrought iron.
Okay, that's my next question, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. How about the concrete pad? Where is that?
It's in the back of the house, and actually the photos that you have didn't turn out, and I brought one that you can actually see. I only have 4 of them, but this will give you an idea of what we were contemplating. We got a drainage issue. So I'll let you guys show this one. We have a drainage problem in the back, and we're trying to get the water away from the house. And, that area back there is very small. It's like 12 feet across. And so our thought was that we could pour concrete originally, and so we could make it drain into the street instead of back up against the house. Plus it's a mud pit, and we also thought we could use it as a patio. So we were trying to kill lots of birds with a single stone. But then we read that we can't use concrete for patios.
Right.
And
That district, you don't want concrete.
I'm sorry,
You don't want concrete in that in the historic district. So
So-
pavers or gravel.
are you putting a drainage, I'm looking at
Better.
the formwork
yes,
on the left side of the picture, are you looking at putting a, like a curb and drain?
exactly,
And then that would drain out to the street?
exactly.
Does this come all the way out to the street? I mean, it looks like it's graded all the way out,
It does
like a
come out.
driveway.
It was used as a driveway, but we wanted to use it as a patio. But it had been a driveway previously.
If you set it up as a driveway, then you could go with the concrete.
I don't think so.
Well, we do that, we've done that.
The
all over.
historic district.
I'm not sure,
There's one next door to us.
all the new stuff that's been built. And it's got that.
But I mean,
Still with show.
no, this so because they did it at the brewery.
Yes, so it does say aggregate concrete.
Yeah, exposed, we do the exposed aggregate,
You can do exposed aggregate.
It does say aggregate concrete.
It just has to be colored.
yeah, and we need to follow the specs that we have for. The town has established a color and finish spec for. Basically for the historic areas downtown here.
For concrete.
Yeah, for concrete, it's just not the usual gray concrete you get,
I
so
understand.
it looks like it, when it's done right, it looks kind of like sandstone and.
What would they
It
expect?
looks like what you see every place downtown.
Yeah.
Like rock, and we can provide that.
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm wondering about this gutter going down the side, going to the street. Can you drain onto the street?
I don't know, that would be a question.
Because the water's coming off. the
Well, where
roof.
else would it drain to?
There's a real thing that goes to drain onto the street.
Where do you drain to?
Well, there's a hedge there.
The problem is that the hedge goes uphill. There's the house above, the house on the east side is above us, and we got water coming down that way. And the house on the south is the same problem. So the water, or a lot has to go into the street somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably where it's draining now, with what, you know, what draining is doing.
exactly.
It says adjacent property.
It's just the rescue.
Just that it's not drainage adjacent properties.
No, it can't, that's uphill in both directions.
Yeah, this one doesn't say.
No,
The mill site, it said not to drain into the street, but. The historic doesn't say it can't drain into the street.
I don't know where else you drain.
yeah, where else you going to drain?
That's where everything drains now.
Put dry well in, but
That's not gonna work there.
No. Okay. So if you call Kasia, she'll get you the specs on the concrete,
Okay, perfect,
because there's a certain mix, certain color.
right.
But
And
should we touch the curb though? Because he's putting a curb along the side of it too, that's in the plan.
yeah, that should be colored too.
Yeah, well, it calls, it's all
Okay,
in curb and drain pans and gutters and all that.
Okay,
it's two different colors, isn't it? The curb and gutter and the.
Yeah, one is a 2 pound bag, and the other is a 2 pound, two 1 pound bags per bag of cement. The other is single. Yeah, if you take a look at the Scotch Park parking lot, in about 2 weeks, we'll be putting in a curb and gutter system down there and putting a sidewalk in.
Yeah, this is not gonna be sophisticated and the curb is not gonna be very high at all,
oh,
just enough to get the water
To stay where.
to drain, yeah.
oh, okay, so, yeah, because we're just looking at the forms.
It's not a real curb, not like a street curb and gutter.
I would think in that case.
Just figure Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
same
something,
color as the pad.
yeah, I would agree with that, for sure.
Yeah, you guys good with that? Yeah, good. All right.
So if we wanted to, as we get into this, if we wanted to put flagstone pavers on it, on top of the concrete, is that okay?
I would think so, wouldn't it?
it'll look better.
I think in our guidelines, it says no.
It says on sand, though.
Yeah, we can't. It's
Who cares?
Well, but you could put, if you wanted to put something,
Who cares?
you wanna put a base underneath it so that they don't move,
Exactly,
then you're gonna set it in sand, you know, just would. Set it flat over concrete.
I know, it says on,
It says it's not allowed, but.
I would think if you put sand on top, it would be.
Yeah, it's what the book is saying, don't set them in concrete,
right.
Yeah.
That's what it's saying, so you don't see the
you
concrete.
set them in sand on whatever the.
right,
substrate is.
exactly.
Well, yeah, if you wanted to put a concrete base down to, you know, lock the water up, and then put flagstone. Setting sand on top of it, we'd love that,
That look better.
Okay, perfect,
you get extra points for that.
perfect,
Yeah, smiley face.
perfect.
Okay. How about sidewalks?
The sidewalk is, same thing, we went and sort of took it out because it was busted up into 10 or 15 pieces and it'd been there for God knows how long. The concrete was maybe 1.5 inches thick. And it was a tripping hazard, we just took it out.
Yeah.
And so the plan was to put concrete down and put flagstone on top of it. That was the original thought. Or do the aggregate concrete, because there are some other sidewalks in our neighborhood that are like that.
Yeah, we've been pushing toward flagstone.
Yeah, especially downtown.
Yeah, and,
And we can throw the, that's our preference also. But I didn't want to lay it in sand, because we got roots and we got the drainage issue and it's right now water stands where the sidewalk was. And so we gotta make it slope appropriately and all that.
What we've been doing some sidewalk work. We'll dig out 4 to 6 inches of the bad material, basically, you get down to something
Right,
reasonable, put in road base, which is
right,
get some small rock in it,
right.
and then set the flagstone in
In the roadways.
the road base, yeah.
and top rest of the.
And then, yeah, we've been using a polymeric sand.
Yeah,
that will seal the top so that you wind up with water will sheet off, it won't get into it.
Exactly.
And I just got done doing the park and, we originally were gonna go with 2-inch thick slabs and we opted to up it to 3. They're a lot heavier, but they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're gonna stay in place, so. We would definitely prefer to see the flagstone go in.
That's fine.
And no concrete base.
No,
Right.
just set them in, stabilize the dirt underneath it.
Sure.
And I mean, it doesn't look like you've got, I wouldn't be too concerned about tree roots from
Yeah, I think
the
we're
aspen
okay.
tree. The aspen trees, they're not too bad. It's the cottonwoods that are a nightmare. They destroy everything.
And the wall, the old wall has been there forever, and it's very sturdy and in great shape.
Yeah.
Which is,
I
when
drove by your place before. I came here.
the wall looks good.
And the wall's not going anywhere, right?
I'm sorry?
The wall's not going anywhere, it's.
Yeah, exactly. It's solid.
Okay, any other discussion? Everybody good with it? How about, somebody read off the sidings?
The sidewalk's only on Argentine Street, right? Not on,
For just Argentina.
Okay.
Exactly.
I suppose we better have fences too.
Okay, book 2, chapter 6, section 3. Page 52, B and B1. Page 52, D. And then section 4. Page 53, A and A1. And page 53, B, B1, B2, and B4.
Okay. Did somebody find one on fences?
Oh, that section, the section 3 stuff is on fences.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Fences on. Fences, walls and gates, so that. And the section goes on sidewalks.
So you just have to come back with your plot plan.
does he need to
Exactly.
come to us with it?
No, it doesn't need- we don't need it.
We don't.
Yeah, turn it downstairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
occasion, good occasion. You want to put a stipulation that the patio area in the back could be treated as a driveway?
Okay.
And that would allow for the aggregate. Close aggregate concrete.
Good point.
Do we want sidings?
I don't have my book here.
Sean, look on page 56 on book 2.
And say E. E1.
Okay. That's book 2. $56.
76.
Anybody have anything else? Do you want to make a motion?
I'll move that we approve the replacement of the sidewalk and the addition of the water and steel fence.
Okay. Somebody want to second that?
Second that.
Any public comment? All those in favor say aye. Passes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Moving right along. Staff,
Keisha's up there.
what's that? Asia's up there?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Asia.
Hello. Can you guys hear me? No? Yes? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, good. Okay. Sorry, you guys are quiet. All right. Let's see. I have there it is. Okay, so the first thing is Georgetown Museum. I asked Jerry about amending the ordinance. He has not emailed me back about that. He had some other things he wanted to prioritize, so that's in his court right now. As far as changing the ordinance goes, I did talk to Vince, and he is open to letting us use his structure as a workshop for teaching locals how to do historic home restoration and maintenance. Keith is looking at developing a scope and what that workshop might look like. And if Keith wants to go into detail on that, I will pass it over to him in just a minute. There is a $5,000 micro grant that we can apply for anytime. That one is a 50% match. I want to think about collectively as a group where we might be able to get that money that isn't from the town. Like, I don't know if we could get donations maybe, or if people would be interested in like paying to attend that workshop. I don't know, open to suggestions / ideas. Sarah Capel, who you might recognize as the tax credit specialist, is also the person who manages that grant. So I'm in communication with her about the details for it. She said we do need to find a contractor / consultant that will run that workshop. So I think you all probably have some ideas of who might be able to do that. I do not, but I'm sure I can find people that do. So if you have ideas for somebody that might be able to lead a workshop like that, that would be awesome. Vince has tentatively agreed to let us see the inside of the Georgetown Museum August 8th. Staff is concerned that there are some structural issues with the building, so we're hoping to get a contractor in there to look at it, to see. Vince says it's fine. The only issue with letting us in on the 8th is that he has some stuff in the way that he wants to get out of the way before we do the walkthrough. I told him if he needs help moving stuff, that might be a great time. But tentatively keep it in mind, August 8th, which is our next meeting at 5 o'clock before the meeting. We're going to try and do a walkthrough of the Georgetown Museum. I'm going to confirm with him next Thursday. So any comments, questions about that?
Yeah, Asia, I'll get together with Vince and make arrangements to get whatever he needs help moving, get it out of there before the 8th.
Okay.
I'll get him on that.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, great. Okay. Do you have his contact info, Bob?
Yeah,
Okay, awesome. Sweet.
the guy next
Anything
door.
else? Oh, go ahead. Keith, did you want to talk about the scope that you've been working on?
Sure. I basically did a visit to the site and took some photographs, and I'm putting basically a list together of items that we should take a look at. It's stuff like for water damage, holes in the structure that are letting animals into it and stuff like that. And then I also see this as something later on that can be put together as a manual for, that we can hand out to people in town that would be able to give them ideas of how to like restore or fix anything on their historical structures. And that's it.
So we need to find somebody to sponsor a workshop? That basically what the contractor thing is?
Yes, somebody that has the knowledge to actually teach people how to restore and repair historic homes.
Right there.
Not me.
Mark?
We get a good scope of work, yeah.
I didn't catch that, sorry.
I said no.
All right, well, we'll look for other people. That's okay.
On that.
Bob and I will work on it.
You got the, your list of construction.
Yeah.
I'm just Bob.
What about Bob?
You're the Bob, though. Well, actually, there's a lot of Bobs in town, so maybe not. But
Well, between Bob and I, we'll get it figured out.
okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, next staff update is, we're not really talking about Koski House. You're working on that. Although I did want to say that if there's any asbestos remediation that needs to be done, then I have been asked to request that all asbestos tiles be treated appropriately with appropriate caution. And I did talk to Vince about his asbestos tiles on the side of his building. He apparently has like a certification in treating asbestos, so that's comforting. But also for Koski House, I was instructed to remind you that asbestos is very dangerous for the general public and to treat it appropriately. So I don't have any updates on Excel. Does anyone else? No? Okay. Bob, where are we at with the Revitalizing Main Street grant scope?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
We'll have something to you to support August 1st.
Okay, great. I know Cindy wants me to have a draft application done by August 1st. I do want to, I started talking, Scooter and Ryan obviously need to be part of the project as well. And since we're actually like starting to work on it, I brought it up at staff this week, and Scooter's on board. Still need to convince Ryan, but Scooter's excited about it. So just so you know about that. Okay, designating local. Okay, I'm sorry. I did not attach the application for that, but I have started the grant calendar. If anybody wants a link to that, it's a Google Calendar. I also need to make a spreadsheet that correlates with it. But the Google Calendar is started. So if anybody wants that for some reason, let me know. Muscovite Structure is getting a second letter from me, because he has not removed it. That's still fully there. Sean, did you have time to go to 704 4th Street?
Pictures for.
I'm so sorry. My phone is not very loud.
Oh, there were no packets, I'll take them.
Boy, that's in rough shape. Boy, it sure is.
Yep.
I don't know, some town officials notified them about it. John, you know if the town's officials notified them?
I don't think she sent a letter yet.
No, I'm sorry. I really suck at sending letters for some reason. It's something I'm bad at. So I need to do it. It'll happen.
Okay, I think that's the first step. And
Yeah.
least get their attention. Sean's talked to her,
I've got the one,
yeah, so she knows that I think,
decided not to do anything.
so we're gonna have to force our hand.
No. It's actually, I worked there again this last time, and it's more stable than I remember it being.
Okay.
And still, I wouldn't get on the roof unless I
Yeah.
secured it a little bit better, but. I think it'd be more appropriate to straighten it up before you get the roof in.
Yeah.
Because if you can get a roof on there, it's fine.
Maybe take out a tree or two,
This makes the Georgetown Museum look like a palace.
Yeah, this is an old structure, isn't it?
Yeah.
It goes back to the Hamel House. Right.
She said 18 something. 121 years old is what he was playing. But it hasn't been so. Maybe. That's what she said, but. I don't find that hard to read.
Is it all timber frame inside?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It might be posted to you some of the part of it.
Yeah. I'll have to stick my head in there. Okay, let's start by sending her a letter and get her attention. Then we'll start talking.
Okay, great. Hey, Sean, can I bug you for the details to include in that letter sometime?
Sure, and there should be a set of pictures for you also.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Okay. I think that we should schedule a landmark sign meeting. Like, I know we wanted more time to get it together, but maybe we pick a date, like first meeting in September or something. Does that sound reasonable to people or?
I'd say as long as Cindy's in town, figure out when Cindy's gonna be in town.
Okay, that makes sense. I'll check with her then.
Okay,
Okay,
And we could-
go ahead.
we could always, go into October too.
Yeah, it's not super urgent. We do want to cite some people, but I think we can do that using the historic list and then we can still update this, so.
Casey, do you have any new information on the house that had the 250,000 gallons of water leak in it, up on First Street? I listened into the Board of Selectmen meeting and came away with the distinct impression based on the discussion that, the foundation was all screwed up and all that, and
Did you?
that's not what, I got the report, that's not what the report
That's
says.
not what the report says, yeah.
I mean, the report,
I don't know who's in the audience, but Giordana said she was gonna attend this meeting, actually. She's not here, is she?
no,
No, okay. Yeah, I just let her know that if she wanted to come talk to you, that she could do that. And so she said she would come, but maybe next meeting. Yeah, there's someone telling her that the foundation, it needs to be replaced, but I don't know who it is. It's certainly not in that report. And it's, my best guess is that it's just that one contractor who said that the foundation would cost $750,000 to replace.
Did that to be the wall.
yeah, that was the thing, that the wall that's, I guess, in the front acts as like a retaining wall, and then, they're worried about the whole foundation and the whole house kind of coming down the hill. But you read the report, and there's no real evidence
Yeah.
cited in the report regarding any of that.
No.
So-
And Cindy pointed out the wall behind her house,
Yeah,
that was the train
Yeah.
rock wall, that's the type of wall that's up there. I don't see where that wall is going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of experience in town with the kind of construction that property utilizes. And, somebody coming from some other part of the country or wherever may have a whole different outlook on things than what we know to be reality here.
Yeah,
Because the
Rick
foundation
gave-
is typical.
Rick gave her Craig and Dwayne Gasinski's phone number. And so she's been talking to them. I don't know if either of them have had a chance to go up and look at it. But I think Rick gave her basically all of your phone numbers as well. So, and I called her the other day to talk to her about tax credits and potential grants that she could have access to for preserving a historic home. So she's aware that the town is invested in helping her fix this project, and she wants to as well. So hoping that we can help her out with that. And, you know, if she reaches out to any of you, I know that she's had a hard time because it's building season, getting anybody to come look at it, you know?
I just, yeah, I walked away from the meeting with shaking my head that, you know, people are getting the wrong impression of how bad things are up there, because what was being talked about was not what was actually in the report. It was the, you know, oh my God, the whole place is falling down, we need to, you know, tear it out and start over again.
So what's in the report? Cause I haven't seen the,
I can send you the report,
It just shows water damage
it's
inside.
basically water damage, you know, buckled floorboards, which, you know, that's no big deal.
No big deal.
A couple of cracks in walls that are minor, didn't really have any evidence of foundation shifting. But, you know, it could be because, you know, when they looked at it, there was still snow on the ground. And I guess there was like from, you know, front to back or wherever, things were out of level by like an inch, inch and a half, which is nothing.
that's normal.
That's level.
I've seen a lot of those.
So, you know, reading through the report, you know, I've certainly seen a whole lot worse up there. Yeah.
That doesn't sound bad.
No, it didn't, nothing, I mean, I expected that, the wall, all the wall coverings would be hanging off and, you know, it would be a mess, but it's just not.
Cause the water line just flowed out in the house anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mold was the other thing, and I mean, that, they didn't do a test to see, but they were concerned about mold, which, you know, everybody is, but, yeah.
Again, that's not a huge number.
No, it can be dealt with.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll send you.
Okay.
okay.
all right, anything else, Kasia?
Just a reminder that Sarah Capel will be attending our meeting on August 22nd to give a presentation on a tax credit. And we're inviting the public to that meeting so they can learn about it. And I think that's it.
All right. Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you guys.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right. Well, that's all demolition by neglect. Sir, are you here for something?
Just to learn, actually, the owner of the house that got destroyed by 220,000 gallons of water, so you will get to know me. Yeah, I stay here quite a lot, but right now I'm just dealing with travelers, so, yeah, it's covered, but yeah, we don't wanna change anything, we just want our house back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a not really nice house, I mean, from the pictures,
Well, my friend's grandpa owned it, 8 years ago, yeah, so just by chance that we ended up buying it from somebody that lived in Minnesota.
but I mean, we've seen a whole lot worse than what was reported.
Well, and off the record, yeah, I know the insurance company is trying to make it so unattractive that we just kind of throw it away and say, okay, just make us all with the bank. I know that's what they're doing. For Moen and our local lawyers bought this to live in it. We didn't, we live in Boulder, like, we're not from Boulder.
Yeah.
And we got young kids and we're like, we almost moved here 2 years ago. And we're definitely retiring here, so I'm like, yeah, we're not just giving up that, this is not, if I have to bring in my uncles and cousins from the dairy farms of Ohio, they'll come in here and fix this house in about 10 minutes, but.
I think it's very fixable.
Just, I hope that's good, it's encouraging, glad to hear it, and I just here to learn your
Can you
process.
tell me your name?
Andrew Dallinghouse,
How do you spell?
DAHLINGHAUS,
And what's that address up there?
608 First Street.
Thanks.
My wife is Jordana, different last name. Valencia.
So you've already talked to Craig Abrahamson?
My wife has, yeah, she's,
That's a good starting point,
yeah.
Particularly all the structural, that,
you know.
Well, I know the fellows who own bars and restaurants here, that's where I spend most of my evenings, and so when this happened, I just ran down and talked to Steve and. Steve and Ron, and just tried to call their folks, and the kind of insurance company took over, now we're at the point where we're gonna take it back over.
I would,
Yeah.
because
Now,
well, welcome to Georgetown, and we're all here.
thanks.
All here to help, so.
Sure, I've seen you all around, we used to go to church on Sundays once in a while, so we, from your, what's down here, put us on. Well, nice to meet y'all, I'm trying to.
we can help, Michelle.
Yeah, okay, so, thanks, it'll be intrude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Minutes. Anybody read the minutes?
Oh, there was one.
No, it's definitely.
I don't know if I wasn't present, I was in there. Like this.
On one of them, I think it was the second set. Dwayne's name was spelled wrong. It was Godzilla, you know, kind of like Godzilla. I think we had a D before the S.
Was that in the June minutes?
It's a July right there, so, okay. I'm sure I just guessed.
So let's go ahead and approve July's minutes. I want to make a motion with that change.
I'll motion that we accept the July 11th meeting with the correction of Dwayne Lewinsky's name.
Okay, all those in favor say aye, or how about a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, how about June 22nd? Any corrections there?
I would suggest, under staff updates, where we talk about 707 Tyler Street. Then we discuss possible ways to get the owner funding for improvements. Rather than funding, let's just, why don't we just put in there, help with improvements to the,
Okay.
because I don't think we actually talked about money.
Yeah.
And I move that we approve these minutes with that one change.
How about a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody here for consensual? Nobody? Okay. Somebody want to make a motion to do adjourn?
So move.
Okay, there we go. Done before seven, guys. Record.
Yeah.
Not a record.
No. I think we had it 20 minutes.